I'm Sam Shepler, CEO and co-founder of Skyscope Creative.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Alex Dunn, the operations director at Skyscope Creative.
And what do those positions mean for you guys at the company?
A big part of being a founder is really, being a product prophet. I hear that term thrown around a lot in the tech world, and while we're not a tech company, we work a lot with tech companies. So for us, that really means that we want to be kind of have the vision to see where video content is going in the future, so we can really provide the best content to these brands that we work with.
And the brands come largely to you? Do you mostly seek other people out?
Most of the time it's basically been from networking at events like Venture Cafe. We've gotten a few jobs from here, other networking events, a lot of referrals from people we've worked with in the past.
We're a big believer in making content, and we're still a very young company, so we're really just starting to get our feet off the ground in that respect, but we really think that just creating some thought leadership around your content and just providing educational and informational things is going to get the gravity to bring people that are interested to you.
That leads back to where you would have started. You say you're a young company. What was step one?
While we were in graduate school, we had a friend who was working at a company, and he knew that we had aspirations to do something with video. And at that point, they were very abstract, and then he recommended us, and then we did our first video, and then it just kind of
creative, professional. Had you already done creative storytelling projects prior to this coming together?
We've actually worked on a lot of
Sam's undergrad, he did it in just screen studies and film, so pretty much every semester I'd be working with Sam to make movies, acting in his movies about crazy stuff like post-apocalyptic barbarians and all sorts of weird things. So we had a lot of fun when we were in college and grad school making videos.
That still works in the professional realm. Probably
surprisingly more than you'd imagine. Actually, it's we see a lot of our competition, and it's very boring and dry, straight shooting kind of video that's corporate and has a really dated feel. And we come in with this very cinematic kind of storytelling way of telling why your business is so valuable. And it's totally fresh and looks a lot different than everyone else.
Is that something that is a challenge to present to clients, or do clients see that difference right away and then
they usually see
grab for
it?
They usually see it, but they can't explain what it is, but they say oh, I like the style. They can't, but it's hard to put your finger on it, but it's just a kind of style that comes off. It's sort of what a broadcast TV video style is, and then what a nice web video style is.
Do you mostly show them existing work? Do you mostly show them, or do you give them a written proposal of this is what you'd like to do?
It's a big mix of all of them, and it's kind of specific to each client that we go after. Typically we'll start off a meeting. If they haven't seen some of our work, we'll start by showing them whichever piece of work we think kind of fits in with what they're going to need or what they're going to have on their site eventually. And we'll talk with them and kind of figure out a little bit more about where are their opportunities, what are their challenges, or where are they having trouble communicating on their website, and that's kind of where we take it from.
Anything clients have trouble understanding about video? The amount of work that goes into something either before or after the shoot?
Well, they think they have a pretty good idea of how much work goes in, because they know it's a lot. I think that one thing that clients have trouble understanding is they know that they need a video, but the video that they want may not be the video they need. We actually have a really big role on the business advising side, because Alex is an MBA, and I love entrepreneurship. So we really try to learn as much about their business, who the audience for the video is, try to find out the customer, what they care about, what really pulls on their heartstrings, and then we really try to make the video that fits their vision, but also is going to deliver the best value to them.
Is it a challenge to limit your projects to the size or the scope of what it is that the customer wants when you see other opportunities that they may not be able to take advantage of at the time?
It definitely is.
That's definitely something we've kind of been toying with and trying to figure out a little bit more, is like where we see all these valuable videos that we can make for them and please their customers and teach their customers. We can see all these videos and we can get carried away with it, but really how can we present it to them in a way that's easy for them to understand? Like, we'll start here, and with that people are going to want this, and it's like an ever-evolving kind of pitch that we're trying to figure out, is how can we sell the most valuable video and continue to add more valuable videos as we go.
How's it going? I'm Gabe. I'm the creative director at Skyscope.
All right, Gabe. Well, I was just asking Sam if you work with people who are maybe mentors or people who are you realize you can get some advice from or some guidance from. How do you bring that in without then becoming too attached to what may work for them ultimately that wouldn't help you out?
We're so young, we're able to learn a lot from everyone we deal with, clients included. Not only we learn about their business, but they often have some gems as far as, you know,
clients from any industry?
Especially
really?
the tech industry, who have obviously like very analytical, tough-minded questions for us that as more, you know, creative, calm, business background type people, we don't necessarily have that analytical perspective all the time. So it's great to get that from our clients and our mentors. You know, initially I would say positioned ourselves, but we were doing no positioning really. We just said, yeah, well, online video, we'll do that. Just catch all for anything out there under the sun.
It wasn't even an online video either. It was just like a video. Do you want a video? Like, we'll make a video, you know.
For any sort of...
Yeah, anything.
You know, any kind of corporate
projects. We did trade shows, just like videotaping a lecture at a trade show. Pretty much extremely boring content to start off, until we had to figure out where are customers going to get the most value from video. What videos can we make that are going to be the most valuable to them, and thus be a more valuable experience for us to make it.
So if we were to videotape a lecture, we would have to find a creative way to do it. But for example, as I was saying, like some of the jobs we were getting, they literally didn't want us to do that.
Yeah.
So it's been great to...
Didn't want you to be creative?
Well, you know,
they want you to be documentarians, basically, in the strictest sense of the word. Because what we want to do is bring some of the traditional cinematic influences from, you know, the films we love into the business sphere, and communicating those business ideas with a little bit more panache and flair that you don't usually get in the cut and dry videos.
When people's attention span is so short, the style of the video does matter. The content, of course, is incredibly key, but style holds viewers' attention, and holding attention is so important if you want to get a message across.
Anything that you would highlight as a goal that you still have a year from now? What would success for the company look like?
I think it would be great if we had a company that literally made, perhaps, you know, it was maybe a make or break situation, and our videos were able to propel them to success, and really they could say, you know, you had a big part in getting us to where we're going.
I think one of my goals is, like I was kind of talking about earlier, is trying to figure out a way to, instead of selling one video, is helping companies with a full video platform and filling their whole website with the video, all sorts of different content. And right now it's really hard. A lot of customers, or a lot of our customers and a lot of businesses kind of aren't ready to make that investment, and they don't really quite see it yet. But you see it every day, more and more of the big Fortune 500 companies, the big publicly traded companies that everyone knows about. You go to their website, you go to their Facebook page, and they're posting videos like you wouldn't believe. They have on-staff video production teams. So it's definitely happening, and kind of I just can't wait and want to work as hard as I can until we can figure out how to make it so people don't want one video, they want 8 videos.
What is the best customer, best project you'd like to do?
Yeah, my ideal would be more along the lines of, you know, a budding green energy company that's gotten a lot of good traction and is poised to, you know, really revolutionize whatever their industry might be, solar, wind, geothermal, etc. Because not only are they incredibly high level at a concept technology perspective, but they can be quite tactile for video. You can show the process of them, you know, of their solution. And that's what really gets me excited, is when I can film something that's incredibly tactile, as opposed to what we traditionally end up doing a lot since we work in the tech sphere, but mostly with apps, which is, you know, screenshots and phones and that sort of thing. So showing some really high-tech solutions in motion would be really fun.
And every day we look into it more and learn more and talk to companies more, and we realize how important and how valuable good web video is. And we're just, I mean, it makes me happy every time I read a new article.
Yeah, to that point, I just read an article today from, I'm sure you know the guys at Bright Cove who do analytics and hosting. Companies that have web video outperform everyone else in the market 2-to-1 in conversions. So empirically, it's there. Video done well will make an enormous difference. So that's just what I would impart to anyone watching, is that if you're thinking about video, now is definitely the time to get into it. Whether that's with us or with someone else, we just want everyone to sort of understand what video can do for their business.
Definitely. And even if you're a small startup and you don't necessarily have the budget, it's great to go the DIY route.
We'd be happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, please reach out.
Those
reach
lines.
out. Yeah, if you have any questions. And we should have some educational content coming very soon about in that respect. So
To the Skyscope site.
yes,
The blog there, yeah.
All right, terrific. All right, thanks very much, John.
Thank you.